Welcome back. Netflix's steamy hit show Bridgerton is back for a brand new season. And while dating has changed a lot, we could say, since the Regency era, many singles are still craving that old school romantic moments that we've seen in this series.
The local professional matchmaker Camille Kostin from It's Just Lunch Milwaukee is here right now to share some of the ways that looking back may actually help with our future relationships too. So for folks who don't know about Bridgerton, first off, what is this highly popular show?
Yeah, it's a steamy Netflix series. It follows a family that's living in high-class society during the Regency era in England, and the siblings are on this journey to find love, romance, happiness. It's very Gossip Girl meets Downton Abbey.
Yes.
It is total eye candy, but it really brings the viewers back in time and how it depicts courtship.
Yeah, and it obviously was a very different time. Although there are some modern elements, I feel like, to Bridgerton, like some of the music, things like that. They don't have cell phones. They don't swipe like people do nowadays.
Well, it's so appealing because when you watch it, it just feels like romance, right? Like, it's just so romantic. You're like, I want that. And modern dating today oftentimes doesn't.
Yeah.
It is so technology-based and impersonal, and everyone's behind their phones swiping left and right, and it can just feel like a job now. So Bridgerton really brings that old-fashioned style courtship with, yes, a modern twist.
I really like your advice as we talk about going back to those old school themes of dating. Keep it simple. What do you mean by that?
Keep things simple. Like the first couple dates, you don't have to put so much pressure on it. It's okay if it's not perfect. I mean, you can be like the Brits and go get a cup of tea or go on a walk. But I always tell my clients that It's Just Lunch that the first introduction is really just to see if y'all even get along or if there's any chemistry or if there's the potential for that. So just keep things really simple. But I love what Bridgerton does too, because it just feels like very chivalrous, right? You know, chivalry is not dead, nor will it ever. So be courteous, be a gentleman when you're on the dates. Walk on the outside of the sidewalk or hold that door open.
That's a good one.
A lot of people don't know that, you know, put your person you're dating, the woman, on the inside. Yeah, it's very small, but it goes a long way. So courtesy does go a long way. And I love what you mentioned too. Phones. The Bridgerton era, they didn't have the phone. So you were kind of forced to get to talk to the person that you were with, right? And you had to get to know them. So be mindful of that in dating today, because there's nothing more disrespectful than being on a date with somebody that is checking their phone every 2 minutes.
It's the worst. Unless there's an emergency or something. I feel like there's no excuse for that, right?
Well, I get it. Go to the bathroom if there's an emergency. Sometimes it's an escape plan. That's fine too. But if you're actually enjoying yourself, be mindful, be in the present moment, and just be considerate and get to know that person and put the phone away.
All right, what are some other things that people can do to take this classic style of dating, bring it to 2024?
I feel like with Bridgerton, and just like these older shows in general, they're kind of like more into the slow burn. Whereas I feel like nowadays, everyone just rushes into everything.
Yep.
They want it.
If that first date isn't sparks or fireworks, and it's over, and I'm like, it's the end of the world.
Thank you, next.
You know, exactly. With Bridgerton, yes, it is a slower pace, and it's on a deeper level. So I really align that with today with intentional dating. So get to know each person at a time, and it's okay if you need to have a few dates to see if that chemistry can develop, because sometimes it's going to take a couple. But also be patient. It's, you know, don't put so much pressure on yourself, because maybe in the worst case, you might meet a few interesting people before you meet the right person. So keep putting yourself out there. So I really align it today with just dating and with intention.
I think I think of Bridgerton, I think of old school, maybe family hooking you up with someone else or maybe trying to set you up with someone else. Is that something you recommend too? Maybe listen to a family member?
Yeah, I mean, it can get a little tricky there because you don't want to let anybody down if you're meeting people in the social circles. But I mean, why not, right? The only way you're not going to meet somebody is if you don't put yourself out there in all different avenues, whether that is trying to approach somebody at the events. This is summer. This is the best time to have your boots on the ground, getting out, going to all the little festivals and walking around and meeting people, or, you know, working with a matchmaker, or you know, meeting somebody through friends. But right now, just put yourself out there, because what's gonna hurt? The only way you're not going to meet somebody, like I said, is if you don't try.
And obviously, Camille, you try to employ a lot of these principles or values with dating in the services that you all provide. For our viewers who are not familiar with It's Just Lunch, what's your elevator pitch for that? I guess while we have time.
Yeah, well, I mean, I get to know my clients one-on-one, and my clients are working with me because they are dating with intention. They are looking to build that foundation and have that committed relationship. So I really get to know my clients and what they're looking for, what their goals are, but also want to be matching based on similar interests, lifestyles, values. I want the personality traits to align. So it is a little bit more hand selected. And I'm always open to a no pressure conversation.
I could just talk to you all day. We always like lean
know.
in. We're with Camille, like always lean
Well,
in.
because
I love being here.
One of the things I love about you, Camille, many things, is that you're so positive when it comes to dating. I think for a lot of people, they get so down about it and negative.
Things aren't working out. They they kind of self-sabotage themselves with that negativity.
100%. So much self-sabotage in the dating world. And you have to just keep giving yourself a chance, because it's okay. If a date doesn't go well, is it really the end of the world? No. You're going to live on. I think that's really just on mindset on everything. And I'm a big, believer of positivity and a law of attraction. And you're going to attract those things that you want to put out in the universe, in my opinion. So, align that with dating too, because it's going to work out exactly how it's supposed to be.
I love that.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being
Good
with
note
us.
to end on.
Yes, absolutely.